Here's something that will shock you. I spent 3 years following the exact same English learning method as millions of other people. Textbooks, grammar exercises, vocabulary lists. And you know what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was learning English the wrong way for my brain. Welcome to this special episode where I'm going to reveal why your English isn't improving, and it has nothing to do with your intelligence or dedication. The problem is simpler and more fixable than you think. Quick question for you. When you were a child, did you learn to ride a bicycle by reading about it? Did you learn to swim by studying the theory of water movement? Of course not. You learned by doing, by moving, by experiencing. So why are we learning English like we're studying for a math exam? Let me share something personal with you. I used to be the perfect student. I had notebooks full of grammar rules. I could recite verb tenses in my sleep. I knew more English theory than some native speakers. But when someone asked me a simple question like, "How was your weekend?" I froze. My mouth couldn't produce what my brain knew. That's when I discovered something life-changing. Your brain is unique. Your brain learns differently from everyone else's brain. And the traditional way we're taught English? It only works for one type of brain. What about the rest of us? Here's what nobody tells you about English learning. There are three main ways your brain processes information. And if you're using the wrong method for your brain type, you're basically swimming against the current. No wonder it feels so difficult. Let me explain what I mean. Maybe you're visual. Your brain thinks in pictures, colors, and images. You remember faces better than names. You like to see things written down. You understand concepts better with diagrams and charts. If this sounds like you, but you're trying to learn English through audio lessons and speaking practice alone, you're fighting your own brain. I had a friend who struggled with English for 2 years. He tried every speaking app, every conversation exchange. Nothing worked. Then he started using mind maps with colors and pictures for vocabulary. He began watching movies with subtitles and taking notes with different colored pens. Within 6 months, his English improved more than in the previous 2 years combined. He wasn't lazy or stupid. He was just using the wrong method for his visual brain. Maybe you're auditory. Your brain loves sounds, rhythms, and patterns. You remember song lyrics easily. You prefer listening to reading. You understand things better when you hear them out loud. If this describes you, but you're spending hours reading grammar books in silence, you're wasting your time. I know someone from Brazil who couldn't improve her English despite studying grammar for years. Then she started learning through music and podcasts. She repeated phrases with rhythm and melody. She recorded herself speaking and played it back. She joined online conversation groups. Her breakthrough came when she started treating English like music instead of math. Maybe you're kinesthetic. Your brain needs movement and physical activity. You learn by doing and touching things. You remember things better when you associate them with actions. You think while walking. You gesture when you speak. If this is you, but you're trying to learn English sitting still for hours, reading textbooks, you're torturing yourself. There's a guy from Thailand who failed every English course he took. Sitting in classrooms drove him crazy. Then he started learning English through cooking. He followed English cooking videos, acted out the recipes, and practiced English while moving around the kitchen. He learned business English by role-playing meetings, walking around his room while practicing presentations. His English exploded because he stopped fighting his kinesthetic nature. Here's the truth bomb that changed my life. Your brain already knows what it needs. When you feel bored during a lesson, that's your brain telling you something. When you feel excited about a particular learning activity, that's also your brain giving you information. We've been taught to ignore these signals, but they're actually your roadmap to success. Stop forcing yourself into someone else's learning method. If flashcards make you want to quit, don't use flashcards. If grammar rules confuse you more than help you, start with speaking first. If apps bore you, find real conversations. Your brain is trying to help you, but you have to listen to it. Let me give you 4 practical phrases to remember and use. Repeat after me. This method doesn't work for me. Say it again. This method doesn't work for me. Remember, this doesn't mean you're bad at English. It means the method is wrong for your brain. Second phrase. I learn better when I... Finish the sentence honestly. Do you learn better when you move around? When you see pictures? When you hear music? Say it. I learn better when I... Complete it with your truth. Third phrase. My brain needs... Maybe your brain needs colors. Maybe it needs rhythm. Maybe it needs movement. Don't apologize for this. Say it proudly. My brain needs... Fourth phrase. I'm going to try... What will you try differently? What matches your learning style? Say it with commitment. I'm going to try... Here's what I want you to understand. Every successful English learner I know had the same revelation. They stopped copying other people's methods and started creating their own. They stopped fighting their brain and started working with it. You don't need to change who you are to learn English. You need to find the English learning method that fits who you are. Your visual brain isn't broken. Your auditory brain isn't wrong. Your kinesthetic brain isn't inferior. They're just different. And different needs different approaches. Think about the most successful people in your country. Did they all succeed using the exact same method? Of course not. Some succeeded through creativity, others through analysis, others through action. The same is true for English learning. Your breakthrough isn't waiting for you to become someone else. Your breakthrough is waiting for you to become more yourself, to honor how your unique brain actually works, to stop apologizing for your learning style and start celebrating it. I used to think there was something wrong with me because traditional methods didn't work. Now I realize there was something wrong with the methods, not with me. The same is true for you. If you've been struggling with English, ask yourself this question. Am I using the right method for my brain? If you're visual, but only using audio lessons, switch it up. If you're auditory, but only reading textbooks, change your approach. If you're kinesthetic, but sitting still for hours, get moving. Your brain is incredibly smart. It knows exactly how it learns best. The problem isn't your brain. The problem is that we've been taught there's only one right way to learn, but there isn't. There are as many right ways as there are brains in this world. Here's my challenge for you. For the next week, pay attention to when you feel most engaged while learning English. Notice when time flies by versus when every minute feels like an hour. Notice what makes you excited versus what makes you want to quit. Your brain is giving you valuable data. Use it. Stop forcing yourself into methods that don't match your brain. Stop feeling guilty about your learning preferences. Stop thinking you need to be like everyone else to succeed. You don't need to fix your brain. You need to find the learning method that fits your brain. Your English breakthrough is waiting, but it's not hiding in someone else's method. It's hiding in your own unique way of learning. Trust your brain. Listen to your instincts. Find your way, not their way. Remember, you're not learning English wrong because you're not smart enough. You're learning English wrong because you're using the wrong method for your specific, unique, brilliant brain. Change the method, not yourself. Your breakthrough is waiting for you to stop being someone else's kind of learner and start being your own kind of learner. That's where the magic happens. That's where English finally clicks. That's where everything changes. Start learning how you learn best. Your breakthrough is waiting.